Universities in Cyprus officially closed in the early days of March. A lot of students then rushed to their hometowns to spend quarantine with their families. Others remained at their dorms.
It's very hard to go out with the whole COVID-19 situation and the police reports.
1 week into the lockdown, we had curfews, which we could leave the house only for groceries, pharmacy, and physical activity.
Students abroad and further away from home were impacted more harshly.
My mental health is getting worse every day.
I chose to remain in the UK a few months before the lockdown. I have an important deadline and I didn't want to waste time travelling. We asked our peers how they passed the time during quarantine.
I love to cook, so I spend most of my time in the kitchen trying new recipes. Since quarantine, I started 3 new TV series on Netflix, but I also have a lot of essays to finish this semester.
I'm usually occupied with university projects and studying for finals, but beyond that, I spare some time to do puzzles or watch crime documentaries. I also spend a little time outdoors when I really want to break.
Most of the time I'm sleeping and watching my online lectures.
My schedule hasn't changed much than before. I had 2 deadlines the first 2 weeks, and I'm now focusing on my dissertation. Many students, myself included, dived headfirst into our ever-growing pile of coursework. A lot of us barely felt the effects of physical distancing, as we were already forced to do a lot of that. High school students in their last year showed extreme worry about their entry into universities next year. The fear and uncertainty of the outbreak added an additional stress factor to students struggling through their studies. All lessons were switched to online, and exams were up in the air for a while.
Most of my professors were very organized, and yes, they are all very optimistic. The exams are probably going to be multiple choice tests, and I'm very worried. I don't like these exams for home.
All the professors were organized because they had worked with online lessons before, so they knew how to be effective on us.
At the beginning, the professors were not organized at all. Some of them were optimistic about the situation, others not so much. We did encounter internet connection issues, but we did find a way to make it. When asked how they cope in isolation, a University of Cyprus student joked they didn't know their lifestyle was called quarantine. Our generation deals with immense stress and uncertainty with humour. Growing up surrounded by terror attacks, economic collapse, and adults repeatedly speaking of no hope for us when we enter the job market, it's no wonder us in Generation Z and young millennials have developed a very dark sense of humour. Various memes will always pop up to help us cope with all kinds of situations. It's not only a coping mechanism, but one would also say a way of expression as well. One that certainly defines the younger generations. Another prevalent aspect are the various conspiracies.
I heard that it's just a
I have
flu,
heard conspiracies that the virus is
was
fake
actually a
and it
biological
was
weapon
created
the
for a
Chinese were
silent
developing,
war
and because of an
between
accident,
China and
that's how it all
USA.
started.
But I think it is another way to terrorize people.
It's time to stop!